Welcome to Darlington, South Carolina, and the Lady in Black as we come to round number 6 of the Racers Elite Cup Series from Darlington International Raceway. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony Trapasso, welcoming you to the racing action tonight. Hot lap session getting ready to end right there. Here comes the qualifying. Who's going to be the first one to roll it? Relatively short field here tonight. As a matter of fact, I only counted 8 haulers in the infield. So we're going to try it. Who's going to be the first one to start rolling it? There we go. Terry Fennell in the 99 Mountain Dew Live Wire. I actually have a bottle of that sitting right next to me. Not the hard Live Wire, but the regular. And it's Kane also out on track. There he is in the Sunny D number 4. Fennell going to be the first one to take it to the green flag. So far, Kane sitting well, Fennell's going to lay the first time. But watch this from Kane, as he has already gone purple in the first sector by a lot. Second sector for Kane, immediately to the top of the pile by, wow, 0.3 to the good. Gerald Larder on track right now. In the 2. And this is one of those tracks that iRacing is not forgiving here in qualifying at. Second lap in the book for both Kane and Fennell. They both do improve, but Kane goes sub 20 or sub 30, I'm sorry. First one tonight to do so. So we're still watching Larder, seeing if he can keep that thing off the wall long enough to post a lap here. Second quick, not too shabby. Spencer Henneman in the Hellman's. Wow, that's bright. Number 77, Camry. Second lap for him. Gets a safe one in. Goes fourth quick. Not too shabby indeed. Still waiting on Andrew Taft, Scotty Davis, Alex Taft, and Kirby Wainscott to all post times. Currently, Wainscott sitting at the end of pit road. There he is in the Tide Ride. As Do want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for the live broadcast here from Darlington. Always a good time whenever we get a chance to dance with the lady in black. Again, just waiting on some qualifying action to take place. So while we do have a lull in the action, we're going to step away, pay a couple bills. Don't worry, you're not going to miss a thing because we are going to go side by side. And just as I say that, we're not going to do that. Is Andrew Taft starting to roll it in the Folgers number 6. Old Mark Martin throwback tribute scheme on that one. Kind of digging it. Does Taft have anything for Kane as he still sits at the top of the pile here in qualifying? Taft getting wound up here. Let's see what this first sector is going to look like. Right down the back straightaway with a good head of steam. Well, that's the good news. He just went purple in the first sector. Second quick, gave it all up in turns 3 and 4. Let's see if we can improve on lap number 2. And Taft to the top of the heap. Got that one sorted out. Finally gets that safety lap in. Alex Taft out on track right now in the Elysian Air Chevy. Goes third quick on his first one. Let's see what lap number 2 is going to give to the 43 here. Sideways off a 2. That's not going to help things. Didn't hit anything. That's the good news. But he is definitely going to give some up on this lap. Well, that's not what he wanted to do. Kirby Wainscott negated both of his laps, it looks like. Just waiting on Scotty Davis to post a time here. And Taft doing exactly, well, he looked like he was about to. I was going to say, doing something that we don't see a lot of guys do, but it's always a good idea in case we get a long green flag run, and that is practicing getting onto pit road from speed. Beautiful Darlington suburb here in South Carolina. As we are under the lights here tonight for round number 6. Thank you so much for making this a part of your Thursday evening. And it doesn't look like we're going to get any other takers, as Davis is not appearing to want to go out on track yet. The big question is he still in the session? Three Chevys, 3 Fords, 2 Toyotas making the call here tonight for the lady in black. You got enough time to get at least one of your 2 flyers in, if not both of them. As our top 3 are the only 3 that have gone sub 29 seconds here tonight. And You take a look at the gap there. Only about 30,000 separating 1 and 2, and then you're about a tenth back from there. Is over a tenth to Alex Taft. Larder is another a little over a tenth back, and then you got the big swings, Fennell and Henneman. Unfortunately, not really getting after it in the qualifying session. Clock continues to run down here as we are waiting to see if Scotty Davis is going to attempt to make a qualifying pass. Beautiful facility here just outside of Darlington, South Carolina. And, I mean, just some of the most beautiful land in the country you're going to drive through to get to this facility. And that is going to about do it for the qualifying. Congratulations to Andrew Taft, setting quick time here tonight in the qualifying. It's just waiting for the timer to officially run out. About 4 seconds left. And here we go. Short field here tonight. Taft setting quick time 29.74 flat. 30 thousandths to the good over Dennis Kane. Alex Taft going to roll it from inside row number 2. He's going to be joined with Jarrett Larder. Terry Fennell and Spencer Henneman. Spencer, the last one to actually post a time in qualifying. Those guys are going to roll it from row number 3. And row number 4 is going to see Kirby Wainscott and Scotty Davis. As we are still waiting on Davis to grid up. Doesn't look like he's making the call, so only 7 drivers starting tonight's event. .31 miles around this joint. Take a look at the weather. 76-degree ambient air, 58% water drain, partly cloudy skies. 2-mile-an-hour wind, track temperature, relatively cool at only 78 degrees. Oh, it's going to be a fun one, folks. Buckle in, as we're getting ready to turn them loose for 134 laps here at the Lady in Black. Taft has the button in the 6th. Geico restart zone is in effect. One of us is getting the blinkies, and I don't think it's me. As the field worked its way through the 3-4 complex, Taft having the button. The only thing that's left for me to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab the barbecue off the grill because it's time to get it on in South Carolina. Race fans, it's show time! Both the Taft boys getting a good run and the opening salvo here. Here comes Fennell. Larder to his outside. Fennell slipped up just a little bit. Drops back now as Taft, Kane, Larder, and Fennell. Your top 5 is Wainscott trying to reel in Fennell right now. Battle of the Orange Whips tonight. Wayne's got a little bit of a tail wag coming off a 4. That's going to cost him a spot, as that's going to let Henneman get by him. The field already getting a little bit strung out. Closest battle on track is going to be back here for second place between Alex Taft and Dennis Kane. And don't count out Jared Larder here. Throw a blanket over second through third. Fennell has dropped to about a second off this battle. And Andrew Taft just put 2 seconds on, a second and a half on the field. So watching Alex Teft right now, rocking the Richard Petty throwback scheme here tonight. A lot of guys doing some throwback schemes, in case you didn't notice. Larder doing an old Rusty Wallace scheme. Wayne Scott running, I believe that was a, yeah, it was. Why am I drawing a blank? Well, you get the point. And, of course, the Mark Martin tribute scheme for Andrew Taft, who is leading by quite a margin right now. Well, there is a relationship there. I don't know if it's father, son, or brothers. There's Kane coming out of Detroit. Larderer out of Centerville, Ontario. Oh, Canada. And there's Fennell out of Savannah, Georgia. Henneman, DeWitt, Michigan. And Wayne Scott out of Sparta, Kentucky. And this field already more strung out than a methadone clinic. Taft continuing to show the way right now. And the lap Alex Taft just turned a lap ago. 29.665, fastest lap of the event so far. Too bad he couldn't get that one done in qualifying, as Andrew beat him to the stripe there. Kane hanging tough there, as he's got Alex Taft with Andrew Taft. Alex in a Ford sandwich right now is, unfortunately, his Camaro is the meat in that sandwich. Kirby Wayne Scott taking it pit side already. Seems a little too early to be wanting to do that. This is your closest battle on track between second and third. Matter of fact, it's the only battle on track that's under a second, separating the two of them. We are watching this battle for second still rage on. We are going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back right after this. And we are back at Darlington. Dennis Kane able to get up into second as Alex Teft had to come down pit road for Ford and Fuel. They're back on lap 18. So far, your top five of Andrew Teft leading this piece. Dennis Kane in second. There he is, almost a full straightaway back. Lauderer sitting comfortably in third right now. Then you've got Terry Fennell in fourth, quite a ways off of those top three. Spencer Henneman, there he is. As we go back and look, there you can see where your favorite driver is actually running. It's the 6 coming to put another one in the books, about a straightaway to the good over that battle for second between Kane and Larderer. Ooh, Taft getting a little bit of the blinkies. That's got to be unsettling. Luckily, nobody's near him. As Fennell going to bring it pit side here as we get ready to start lap 34. Green flag pit stop starting to take place, it looks like. As we are still 100 to go in this one from Darlington International Raceway. And there's a possibility that the cavalry might be coming. I'll tell you right now, though, your race leader is definitely putting on a clinic here tonight how to get around this joint. And it looks like he might be coming in this lap. Safe bet. So your race leader is in. The question is how, and Kane's coming in too. That settles that. And so was Larder. What's going on with Henneman? Looks like Henneman might be staying out. Yes, he is. A little bit of pit strategery here for the 77. As he is now going to inherit the lead. Currently sits as your biggest mover, hoping somebody's going to make a mistake coming off pit road. And there you hear him clutching it. And Alex Teft has gotten back on the lead lap after pitting on lap 18. Andrew just coming out of the pits now. It's going to slot into third. And he is in desperate danger of possibly going a lap down if he can't get that thing up to speed and honking pretty quick here. As now the 77 comes pit side. That gives both Tefts a reprieve. And there you see the 43 of Alex going into turn 3 as Andrew comes out of turn 2. So only about a straightaway separating the two drivers. Alex now takes over the lead in that Richard Petty tribute scheme. As Andrew Tuff gets by the lap car of Kirby Wainscott. Kirby had some problems in the early going, had to take it pit side only on lap 8. And with only about 8 seconds separating Alex from Andrew, you got to wonder, well, for starters, I don't know if there's a stage caution tonight because nobody told me that fellow factoid. But if there's not a stage caution, how much longer is the 43 going to remain out there? Because right now, it looks like the battle for third starting to get a little hot and heavy as Kane finally gets back by the 99 of Fennell. Fennell is a lap car, by the way. But 10 seconds off of Andrew Taft in second place. So Kane's going to have to hope for a miracle right now. Let's go on board with Taft. As we are on board with both the Tefts, I mean, you can hear it. They're not really taking it easy right now. They're trying to do everything that they can. And the thing is, Andrew is starting to steadily reel in Alex. And the other thing, too, is I haven't seen too many guys earn their Darlington stripe yet tonight, as everybody's trying to keep it off the wall if they can. Fennell down pit road. Looks like some damage repair for the 99. But all 7 cars that did start this event are still here. So that's the good news. The only problem is there's only 4 of them left on the lead lap. Alex Teft, Andrew Teft, Dennis Kane, Jared Lauder, Spencer Henneman, and Kirby Wayne Scott still out on track right now. And Be Still My Heart is that my favorite broadcast partner showing up?
Showing up. Been here for about 10 minutes if you bother to look at anything.
Well, I'm just trying to not pull my hair out. Frank Marchese, welcome to Darlington and welcome to Racers Elite, my friend.
Thank you very much. I've been watching for about the last 10 or so laps, and this gap here between Alex and Andrew Teft has really come down. It was about 7 seconds. It's now down to 4.
Yeah, and that's what we kind of were expecting here is Andrew did set quick time by quite a margin in qualifying. But, Alex was last down pit road on lap 18. Andrew was last down on lap 36. So, almost 20 lap newer tires for Andrew over Alex. And with this latest tire model, yeah, absolutely. And with this latest tire model, I'm really feeling sorry for Alex right now.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Is this gap also between Dennis Kane and Jared Lauder's coming down as well? That's also down about 3.5 seconds with Lauder in the 2, pushing about 0.3 of a second faster than the 4, running in 3rd.
He is at that. Take a quick look at the previous lap times. And there you can see it. That steadily chipping away at it. Now, Kane was faster the last time by.
Oh, Kane just hit the wall in 3 and 4.
Well, that's no bueno. There's the first Darlington stripe of the night that we have noticed.
I think Lauder might have gotten into it as well because he dropped big time.
Well, he absolutely did.
Eder just had a bad corner.
You can see the time deltas there. And, yeah, Kane was faster the last 2 laps. So Lauder is starting to have a little bit of, oh, yeah, wow. That was a big moment there coming off of 4.
He's been doing that the last couple of quarters. So quarter exit is, here comes Alex Teft down pit road from the race lead.
As you would expect with this many laps on that fuel run.
Almost 40.
Yeah. But he stayed out there. That's going to let Andrew get back to the lead. And Andrew has a quite sizable margin over Kane. Almost 12 full seconds to the good.
We've broadcasted enough races here at Darlington, both by ourselves and with each other, to know that 12 seconds may seem like a lot, but around here especially, it can go away very quickly.
You're absolutely correct, sir. Bear with me 1 second, folks.
Mm-hmm. And Jared Lauder also getting loose there off of turn 4 as well, as Dennis Kane made mention that he was starting to lose ground to that number 2, and since then he's gained about 1.5 seconds. Still losing a little bit to Andrew Teft out in the race lead, as Kane trying to put a lap on Spencer Hanneman, the number 44, currently running in 4th. At Hellman's Toyota Camry.
And he is at that as First words out of my mouth were, "Wow, that's bright."
Yeah. Got a couple of bright cars there between the 4 and the 77.
True story.
Love Sunny Delight, though. That's one of those. I will accept it every time. Tang as well.
Yeah. I mean, you're going back a ways, but yeah, I will. I'll have to agree with you on that. That it's the old school stuff that it's tried and true.
Absolutely.
But I don't know if
Kane getting very good.
I was gonna say I don't know if you got a chance to take a look at the 99 before we brought you into the booth, but
I did not know.
Mountain Dew Livewire.
Oh, there you go.
Absolutely.
Kirby Wainscott in that tied ride, number 10, Ricky Rudd's old ride.
Oh, that's right. Rudd was in the yes. Okay. I was trying to place it. I almost said Scott Riggs.
Not quite. He did drive the 10 eventually, but not
Right.
talking late 90s here.
Yes.
96, 7, 8.
Well, this is their throwback Darlington race. And you got your race. Let's run through the field again. You got your race leader, Andrew Taft. There he is in the Mark Martin tribute scheme.
Bless you.
Thank you. Dennis Kane. That's a newer paint scheme. That's not really one from back in the day.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. I would say older influence, not an old scheme, though.
Right. I think that's one that Kevin Harvick drove, if I'm not mistaken.
I wouldn't know.
And then you got Larder in the Rusty Wallace tribute scheme, the old MGD, black and gold. It's hard to bet against those.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Caught that wall there.
Yeah, that did not look too healthy. Spencer Henneman in the Hellman's 777, Dale Earnhardt Jr. tribute scheme. And then, of course, you've got the Petty Blue of Alex Teft here tonight.
And Hanneman letting Dennis Kane go, losing position to the number 43, who, by the way, set the fastest lap of the race a couple laps ago to 29:57.
Wow.
Moving on those fresh tires.
He absolutely is. That is picking him up and laying him down for certain.
If I were the 4, yeah, I wouldn't mess.
Yeah, just let him go.
I wouldn't mess with that 43 too much. It's not for position.
Just let him go. He's a lap down to you. Now he's technically on the same lap as you, but still, he's got to catch the other Teft to be back on the lead lap, and y'all about half the track away from that.
Sure, the 6 would have liked the reprieve of him staying behind a couple laps, building that gap as the 2 of Larderer comes in.
Kane's going to stay out as, I'm thinking this might be a little too early for Larder, because he was down on lap 38. No, 36, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just under 30 laps. And we saw Alex Teft do just under 40. So, yeah, you could say a little early. Unless he's trying to get himself on cycle with a strategy for later in the race.
Well, that could possibly be, too. I mean, we've talked about it time and time again that, when you and I do these races, as me in your ear as your spotter, we always try to back time the race. We would figure out how long can we go on fuel, and then just back time it from there, and we'll stop no matter what. Damn the torpedoes. And half the time it doesn't work because it's a caution class.
And the other half of the time we're screaming, damn the torpedoes.
Yes.
While I'm sitting backwards.
Yes, because you've been caught up in someone else's dumpster fire.
It's usually how it goes.
Always a good time.
Dennis Kane now coming in. Ooh, a little wide. Watch the barrels.
They made it safely. We go back to this battle between Lauderer and Hanneman. Hanneman getting down and out of the way. He doesn't want anything to do with those fresh tires right now. I think Hanneman's just trying... Oh, that's what it is. These guys have a... there's a mystery
blue
box
flag rule?
giveaway. No, it's a mystery box giveaway. And I'll tell you right now, the 77 is probably going after this because whichever driver in the Thursday series goes through this month with the lowest incident points per race, they are going to win a mystery box from Gur Sports.
It's in the mystery box.
I don't know.
You were supposed to say it's a mystery.
If I knew that, it wouldn't be a mystery. Frank, you know better. Besides that, I can't give away all the secrets of the universe to you.
Well, you know.
Because then you'd never learn anything.
It shouldn't stop me from asking, though.
Yes, it should. And how
you
about...
miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Tony.
True story. But how about this? Andrew Teft, speaking of taking shots, he's got the entire field a lap down.
Still has to pit, though. He is off cycle, as you mentioned, to everyone else. He came in, I would assume, it was right around the same time
36.
Spencer Hanneman came in. Yeah, Hanneman came in on 39.
And that's just it. Everybody else, with the exception of Alex Teft, all came down right around 35 to 38. And he's got about half the pit delta over Alex right now. And now he's pulling the gap back.
Well, with Alex wearing down the tires, trying to make up as much ground. We saw this if you go back to last season in the Western States Racing League, in the trucks here, we saw a one-stop strategy versus a two-stop, and that two-stop was looking like it was going to come back and be able to make up the difference. But the tires ran out about 7 seconds behind the race lead. So it could just be a case of the tires for Alex Teft wearing out compared to Andrew.
Well, that's a good possibility as well.
But if he would have burned those tires off in what?
Well, here we
15, 17 laps?
Andrew's coming in.
That's a lot.
And there is Alex.
Oh, no, he's not. He missed it. He missed pit road. He's backing up, trying to get onto pit road. Now he does. There he is.
Oh, let's go back and watch that again.
Overshot the lane. Fortunately, he was able to stop not too far. I don't think he passed the barrels. Backed up and then got in. That's going to cost him a host of time.
You can see him trying to get the car woe down to make the turn. And that thing just dives in. Yeah, he didn't have to back up far. I don't think he got to the barrels. But that is definitely going to cost him a ton of time.
Now, he's going to be in second or third anyway. It's just how far back he was going to be as compared to where he is now as he's coming off of pit road now. He's just lost position to Hanneman in second now. Still a good 12 seconds to Dennis Kane in the 4. So now it's Alex Teft, Spencer Hanneman, Andrew Teft. Your top 3 instead of the 6 and the 77 being the other way around had he not missed pit road.
Well, it definitely cost him some time as let's take a look at the previous lap to see just how long it did take him to... Wow. His in-lap was a 54.
Yep.
And his out-lap a 103. That's not helping the situation at all.
I mean, naturally, the in lap is always going to be slower as here comes Hanneman in.
So it's going to put Taft back up into second. Now he's trying to reel in Alex. Kane up into fourth. And right now, Dennis Kane is the final car on the lead lap.
Again, on kind of
by
an
the
odd
way.
cycle. Then again, also kind of on an odd cycle to Alex Taft, who should be coming in at about 15 laps time if he were to duplicate his last run. I would assume that we're looking at one more stop from here the rest of the way for everyone.
Right. And Taft has been electing to take it earlier in the run than opposed to later in the run. Alex has anyways. So he's going to have probably the most used tires coming to the checkers as opposed to the other guys that are going to be able to pit much deeper into this final run. But the question is anybody going to be able to leave themselves enough time to use that final set of tires?
Andrew Taft just had the fastest first half of the lap last time around, set a personal best at a 29.64, lost it in 3 and 4. See what he does here, and he's in wide open range. He's going to duplicate his time. He's going to better it by a couple, or actually, no, I take that back. 29.87 this time.
Just a tick slower. And if you take a look at the bottom of your screen right now, folks, he is steadily gaining on Alex. The only thing is, Alex still has to come down for the money stop, and then again, so does Andrew, because I don't think you're going to be able to make it 50-plus laps. Almost 60 laps on a tank of Go Fast. That's not possible.
Yeah, with 50% fuel fill, I don't think so either.
Some battling going on up here around fourth as Larderer in the deuce has just let Henneman by. Henneman does have the fresher tires by about 10 laps.
Larder's still having those issues coming off the corner. He's spinning that rear up so much.
Let's go on board and take a look.
Fine there coming out of 4, but out of 2 that last time around. Once again had to chase the car down the hill. See if it goes again. Oh, just Hanneman just did it.
Hanneman just did it. Larder just almost did it. It wasn't as bad.
He's had a couple of moments though in that number 2.
Oh yeah, he absolutely has. Trying to hustle that piece around and not having a good time of it, especially on the older tires.
Spencer Hanneman also having the fresher tires.
Right.
He just set his personal best at a 30.26. Larder last time around a 30.29. So only a couple hundredths of a second slower, even with the 12 lap difference in tires.
Yeah, absolutely. It's who would figure this deep into a run these guys are going to be setting some of the fastest laps of the night? Certainly not I.
Andrew Taft closing that gap down to 13.5. It was about 17 when he got clear of the 77. So he's making his way forward.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Would expect Alex in the 43. Expect him within the next 5 to 8 laps to be coming down pit road. He's kind of nearing what he did on that last run as far as length.
And there you can see the how far into the runs they pitted. Alex did 37. He's on lap 31 of this current run. Andrew did 36, 38, and now is on 12. Kane and Larder both did 36 and pitted different times. Henneman did 38 both times.
It honestly might behoove Alex Teff to come in a little bit earlier, because he's going to have to come in one more time. If he stays out too much longer, it's only going to make that pit stop be a little bit later. He's not going to be able to make it. If he's doing at most 37, he comes in the next 5 or so laps. That still means he's going to have to do 40 before the end of the race.
It's a good point you made, Frank. And, yeah, I was just kind of doing the quick math in my head, and you're absolutely right. Now, here's the thing. If he can get it to lap about 98, he'll be okay.
Right around the century mark. Andrew Teft will be fine to make it to 100.
Right.
I think Dennis Kane also would have a good shot. Hanneman certainly. Larder's a little bit more on the edge of, can you make it to 100 or can you not? But Alex Teft, I don't see. He's going to have to put 45 laps on those tires and fuel in order to go to lap 100. I don't see that happening.
Then, even if he does that, he's still got to go into fuel conservation mode or come down in the late race for slash and go. And with the pit road delta being north of 50 seconds, it's not guessing right on the pit strategy, I would say.
Downshifting through 3 and 4 as well, and he's keeping it in 4th gear pretty much all the way down the front stretch, which is certainly not helping economy with the higher revs. So he's in 4th now. Pop it like halfway between turn 4 and the start-finish line. Sure, he's short shifting, but that'll keep the revs down in his case. Watch the turn 2 wall.
And apparently he's watching the live stream, because he just heard
He's
you.
coming in.
Here we go. He's laps again.
He's still going to be short. He's going to have to come in again, which means 2 stints of hard pushing to try to minimize the gap, and we might have a pretty decent race here between the 6 and the 43 come the end, because again, the 43 only has to come in one more time. The 6 doesn't after this pit stop.
Yeah, I mean, Alex is still going to have to come down for a slash and go, whereas Andrew just has to come down, get his final set of tires, fill it with fuel, and go. And he can go like hell, too. Alex still on pit road, as Andrew now puts him a lap down.
Again, this is where they were the last time the 43 came into pit as well. So no real difference. As a matter of fact, because of the mistake that the 6 made, getting onto pit road on his pit stop, the 43 is actually a little bit closer now than he would have been had the 6 not made that mistake.
You were absolutely correct. But right now, only Dennis Kane, the other car on the lead lap, is about a half a track away. And you see it on the track map there. There is Andrew Taft coming down the backstretch now, as Kane at the bottom of the graphic there, just across the start-finish line. They're about mirroring each other right now. But, Frank, you hit the nail right on the head. Andrew still has to hit his mark and not make any mistakes getting onto or off of pit road.
Again, certainly going to help that the 43 is going to have to make an extra pit stop that the 6 isn't, but still, you don't want to give up any more track position or any more differential in time than you already have with the previous mistake as Hanneman catches the wall through 3 and 4 right in front of our race leader.
And then chases it down. Taft not having a good time coming off a 4 either. He had to chase it down the track.
These cars do get very, very loose on older tires. Rear end loose is definitely a condition. These cars, you have to fight with these cars quite constantly. Even if you get that push and that big push there in the middle of the corner, the way we just saw with the 6, it is snappy loose if you get especially if you get the rear tires heated up on exit.
And it's so easy to do here, with this package that they got in the car tonight.
Teft, I'm on board with Teft. He's
Yikes.
Fighting it all the way through 1 and 2. That wasn't just loose coming out of 2. He was fighting that car the whole way through the corner.
And he's only got about 24 laps on this tire run. See if he's got any more.
Playing with the throttle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. It's such a precise dance that you have to do to be able to get around here quick in the higher powered cars. The lower powered cars like the truck and the Xfinity car, a little bit more straightforward. Not much, but a little bit more and a little bit easier to get around here. But in these Cup cars, man, you're dancing the whole way.
As Andrew Taft currently looking to put Spencer Henneman 3 laps down. No, 2 laps down. I had it right the first time. But Taft continuing to show the way here. Set quick time and qualify. Oh, Henneman, big issues.
Got loose off of 4.
And he kept it out of the wall.
Oh, the outside one he did. The inside one he didn't.
I just saw the little wow in the front fender.
Off the racing line, kept the car straight, so no caution. Definitely see the split between the bumper and the fender there on the left front, right at the point of the headlight there.
And you can see a little crinkle in the hood as well. In case you're wondering why I call that a wow, because your body guy the next day is going to look at the car as it comes off the hauler and go, wow, I got to fix that again. Yes, Tony, you got to fix it again.
Dennis Kane, Jared Larder in the pits, the two of them from 2nd and 4th, respectively. Should be good to go on fuel from the rest of the way here.
Yeah,
only got to go 34.
So roughly 30 laps to go here. Closing in on 30 laps to go. With that, we're going to step away, pay a couple bills. We'll be back right after this. back just in time here. Had to cut that commercial break a little short as Andrew has caught Alex. 111 laps, or 110 in the books, getting ready to put 111 in the books. And Alex still has to, we think Alex still has to come back down pit road for a splash and go. Andrew can set sail here. Dennis Kane can set sail. Spencer Henneman should be good. Larder should be golden. And that's all that's still running, as both Wayne Scott and Fennell have decided to put it on the hauler early.
Hanneman in pit road right now, getting his car serviced, but that right there, unless Andrew Teft, and he's had some connection issues here tonight. We've seen that car blink in and blink out on a couple of different occasions. That right there was the pass for the win, because if the 43 still has to make a stop, there's no way he's going to be catching him, especially with how much time he's losing right now. Teft, last time around, 31:10. Compare that to Andrew, 29:89.
Yeah, Andrew was a full 2 2/10 quicker that last time by. And looks like Alex starting to feel the tire wear come in. Now, Kane should be able to get by Alex. And then it'd just be a slugfest in the closing laps of this piece. It all depends on if Alex takes fuel only or if he does take his final set of tires.
I don't think Alex is dropping back. I don't think Alex is slow because of tire wear. I think he's trying to save the fuel. Because I just drove on board with him the last time around. He stayed in 5th gear.
Well, we are on board with him now. Oh, yeah, he is definitely floating it. He's not clutching it, but he's floating it.
That's not the right call here, because he's gonna have to come in. Put as much ground between yourself and the cars behind you, so this way you have less to overcome when you come out of pit road. You're just hurting yourself on the other end. He's not going to be able to make this.
And he's got a little over a straightaway in a corner, separating himself and Kane.
Yeah, even if he can make it, there's a chance that with what he's doing right now, he's a second slower than Kane. 12.5 seconds. He's got, 15, 16 laps to go. He's going to catch him and get past. He's going to lose the spot to Kane either way.
Well, Kane's going to, I was going to say, Kane's getting by him either way. It's just, how do you want to handle it? Do you want to play hero and try to go from lap 92 to the end? Or do you want to, splash and go and just get it done and over with and rip the Band-Aid off as quick as you can?
He would have had to have stayed up with the 6, or at least fought to stay up with the 6 and run that car ragged in order to give himself a fighting chance coming out of pit road to try to get second back. He's virtually surrendering it here.
Yeah, unfortunately he is. As Kane just continues to pick away, there is the aforementioned Dennis Kane.
Bless you. Now the question would be, does the 43 have an extra set of tires left? Because if he doesn't have a set, that's one thing. And what he's doing now is kind of understandable, because he won't have that advantage coming out of pit road.
Can I have you pull up the race info on your end?
I couldn't see it. But if he does have a set of tires left.
Total set of tires they were giving him for this race.
They were given 6.
Then he's got plenty of everybody's got plenty of tires left, because all these guys have only been down 3 times.
Yeah, if he didn't have a set of tires, then I can understand why he's trying to preserve the tires for the last run. But if he's got tires on the wall, he's got to go. He's got to be setting, not quite qualifying laps, but he should be scooting right now.
And now that gap to Alex Teft is under 10 seconds finally. And about to be under 9.
Still 14 laps to go, too. Yeah, he's gained it by 8, picked up 0.8 of a second on him. He's going to catch him.
Oh, he absolutely is.
And his hands are tied because he can't fight, because he can't use the fuel if he's trying to go the rest of the way.
Correct. But I still don't think, even with him going into fuel conservation mode, I don't see him making it all the way.
I don't either.
Because he hasn't gone into, like, drastic fuel conservation mode where you're clutching it going into the corners. Now, let's go
He
back
would
on
have
board.
he would have to go 5 laps longer than any of his previous runs if he wanted to make it. And if he was coming in with the car done, I don't see, with how to fuel save in iRacing, I don't see how he can make it. I really don't.
Absolutely no way.
It's almost under 8 seconds now, the gap.
Thing is, he's not going full throttle either. He's just giving it just a little bit of boot coming off the corners, and yeah, he's in deep trouble with 11 to go.
And if you want to see what's happening here, Alex Teft, 6,900, 7,000, just barely going through 1 and 2. If you jump on board with Dennis Kane, he's a full 1,000 RPMs higher, so he's running that car.
He is, and he's also shifting in the corners to get the drive off.
Yep. Shifting on both ends.
Oh, and there he left it in 4th.
Yeah.
Huh.
That would explain the RPM boost.
And he's just letting it eat in 4th gear right now, and you know, just throwing a Hail Mary right now, trying to reel in Alex Teft.
Teft letting those 2 lap cars, the 2 and the 77, go by. Those 2 are not battling for position either, so it's inconsequential all around this fight. 10 laps to go, 9 laps to go now with Andrew Teft crossing the line.
8 to go. I mean, it's definitely been a race of pit strategy here. And Andrew Teft, what a recovery driver after shooting himself in the foot on the second green flag stop. It was the first one. He almost got it all wrong, but got himself collected and got it pointed back in the right direction. 7 to go.
Just on corner entry alone, going into 3, that 4 gained about 0.2 of a second on the 43. Just gained another 2.
Well, 1.5 anyways.
Oh, no, just on that corner entry alone.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. And it looks like either Teft turned the wick up or Kane is backed out a little bit.
Okay, Kane's still going. 31.27 for Teft. Kane a 30.48, so he's still flying. He can see him now. Carried is well and truly out in front.
As we are coming to the handshake lap, and that's the leader right behind these guys. 5 to go. Can Kane pass Alex Teft?
Oh my goodness, just that corner exit, he gained a 0.5 second.
Coming to 4 to go behind these guys. And you know Andrew would love to just pour salt in the wound and lap both of these drivers.
I agreed, but there's no sense in,
Right.
especially around here. Like if this were Michigan, a wide track, you get a lot of pace. Then I would say, you know what, maybe, but there's no sense in it now.
Three to go for your race leader, who is, well, you'll see him in a second. There he is at the top of your screen. That dot is your race leader. This battle for second still rages on as they are coming to 2 to go.
I'm
sorry,
surprised.
they are 3 to go. The leader is coming to 2 to go.
I'm surprised Dennis Kane isn't seizing this opportunity. He's got a golden one here. Just get the run. Here he comes. Hits the wall. A little bit too big a run. Cut exit too short.
The question is, did he realize that he was catching Alex and burn his tires off?
Wouldn't have had to be perfectly honest. He just hasn't gotten a good run. He's going to try it again. He's got 2 more chances out of 2 here to try to get it.
White flag is in the air. Andrew Taft coming out of 2 for the final time and down the Boeing back straightaway. He's going to come home walking away from the field in this one, as now Alex Taft and Dennis Kane are on their white flag lap, and Alex has turned the wick up.
Can see what Kane is trying to do. He's trying to diamond out of turn 2 and try to get the run down the back to get to the inside in 3. He's just cut the diamond too short, and Alex Taft is going to masterfully keep this position and not run out. Unbelievable job.
If you would have told me that he was going to, at the start of the race, that Alex Taft was going to go down pit road on lap 92, and that was going to be the last time he saw pit road, I would have told you were a fibber.
That takes a lot of skill to save the fuel that way, but also a lot of discipline to not waver. You're seeing cars pass. You know the guy behind you's catching. It's very, very easy to say, maybe I could push it a little bit more. But no, he did not do that. He stayed the course, and he got rewarded for it.
Absolutely. And another guy who got rewarded for it, Frank, I believe you got the pride of Hope Valley, Rhode Island with you now.
I do. Andrew Taft, congratulations. Got a big win despite a little bit of a mishap coming onto pit road in your second stop.
I was hoping you didn't notice that, but yeah, reeled it back in and got it in there. That was almost, yeah, just kept the car clean, tried to stay away from the wall, and just kind of all worked out. Somehow I didn't touch anything at Darlington, so.
Well, sometimes that's all it takes to get around here. It looked like Alex may have had a little bit of pace, but that pitch strategy that he elected to take ended up costing him in this race. How was the pace of that number 6 tonight?
It was pretty good. I was getting a pretty good run down the back. I think that's where I was making up most of my time, just getting a straight launch off of 2, and carrying that all the way down the backstretch. But yeah, on equal stuff, he was pretty close.
Now, unfortunately, I do not have the schedule posted up in front of me here. Where do you guys go next week?
Oh, geez. I believe it's Charlotte off the top of my head. Yep,
Charlotte. Yeah.
Okay, so what are your thoughts going into Charlotte for round number 4 of the season?
Yeah, that's another one of my favorites. So maybe I can just do the same thing, keep it clean, carry the momentum.
All right, anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
you guys as always for putting on the show, and thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody for coming up every week, and my family for letting me do this. And I guess everybody can go enjoy the SRX race on TV now. Should be on ESPN.
All right. Your race winner tonight, Andrew Teft. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
And joining me now, another member of the Pride of Hope Valley, Rhode Island, Alex Teft. Wow, what a final fuel run you just put out.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Didn't leave fifth gear that whole entire run. Downshifted one time into going into 3 and just watched the lap ticker go way down and decided against that for the rest of the time.
Well, the going down pit road on lap 18, was that on purpose or just something happened?
Nah, the car actually snapped loose coming out of 2, and I got some really bad wheel damage. I was actually surprised I was able to get it to turn down into pit road, but nah, if I had was able to do that about 5 laps later, I think it would have been a completely different story.
Now, we didn't get a chance to ask Andrew, but we are going to ask you. I'm guessing there's a relationship there somewhere.
Yeah, he's my older brother.
There you go. Well, to be at the breakfast table tomorrow morning.
Yep.
But Alex, we go into from one of the traditional tracks here in NASCAR to another traditional track next week as we go into Charlotte. What are your thoughts going into the Queen City?
We'll see. I've never really been a fan of Charlotte and say like Heat 5 and stuff like that. I haven't really done too much Charlotte and Iracing yet. But hopefully I can keep the car clean and come away with the top 5. Usually I'm happy with the top 5. It's a lot of fast guys in this league.
Alex, again, congratulations on just putting on a clinic on how to save fuel here tonight at Darlington. Who do you need to thank? Who helps you get it done on the 43?
I'd like to thank the league, Reese's Elite. This crowd we've been putting together past few weeks been building up pretty good. Thank you guys over at Sim Racing Media for putting on these broadcasts every week. They've, good quality, and it's been a real cool thing to see. I'd like to thank my family and everybody else in the league for helping put on this good show.
Alex Teft, congratulations on a podium here, salvaging a podium, I might add. We'll see you next week in Charlotte.
Yep, see you later. Thank you.
And Frank, I believe you've got third place with you now.
I do, Dennis Kane. You came up so very close to picking up that second place finish tonight. Was it the tires, or was it just hard to get a run?
Yeah, the tires were wearing. I was good in 1 and 2 and just bad in 3 and 4. And Alex just a little bit better than me in 3 and 4. I can make up the time on him. And 1 and 2, but then come 3 and 4, I just didn't have nothing for him. I knew he was saving fuel. So, when I caught up to him, I'm guessing he just figured he had enough and, gave me a run for my money.
When you realized that he was saving fuel, did you think you were going to catch him with more time to where you can kind of plan out a move, or did you kind of catch him when you thought you were going to?
Yeah, I thought when it got down to 5 to go, that's probably when I would have been there, and I thought that's when I got there. I said, and I tried. I tried. Like I said, coming out of 2 a couple times to really get a run on him, but I said I was just a little too worn out on the tires, and risking oversteer and coming out the corner over throttling.
We go to Charlotte next week. What are your thoughts going to back to the home of NASCAR?
I'll be happy to be there, to be honest with you. This isn't one of my better tracks. I mean, last night was a disaster for me. I think I finished almost in last place. So I was just happy to have a better performance tonight, get better at the track. So it's one of my weaknesses. So I'm happy to move on to a track I'm a little bit more familiar with.
All right, anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Just everybody out there, you guys at Sim Racing Media, you do a great job. Everyone in the league. So none of this is possible without everybody pitching in. So really appreciate everything, and look forward to next week.
All right, your third place finisher tonight, Dennis Kane. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
And that is going to about do it for us here tonight. Taking a quick look at the finishing order. Andrew Taft, Alex Taft, you're 1 and 2. Dennis Kane coming home, rounding out the podium. Jarrett Larder in 4th. Spencer Henneman in 5th. Kirby Wainscott and Dennis Fennell rounding out the cars that did take the green flag here tonight. Scott Davis just getting show-up points in 8th position. But Frank, thank you so much for joining me in the booth here tonight. It's always a pleasure whenever we can get together and talk about the different goings on in the leagues and how this car is driving and what we're seeing. It's always a pleasure to have you in the booth, Frank.
Love being here, Tony. It's been a very long-standing duo we have been, and it's always nice to get back to it.
Excuse me, it absolutely is. But that is going to do it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you don't miss a single moment of action here on Sim Racing Media, as we are back to having racing 7 nights a week again. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Tony Trapassa, reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, until we get a chance to meet again and as you walk down the road of life this week, do us all a huge favor. Don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.